Rich Risings. I like saying that instead of whether you should say Grand Risings. Rich Risings is day 56. 5, 6. Educated Black woman on corporate hiatus. I'm writing fairy tales for Black girls, and I'm in the process of preparing for my doctoral application. And it's way different than, like, I already have my master's degree, but it's way different than applying for your master's degree. And I'm writing fairy tales for Black girls. Like, that's the biggest, for me, that's my biggest flex. I am so proud of that, and I'm so honored, and it just feels so purposeful, and I'm going to get ready for the day, and we're going to talk about that. And all of this is just crazy. I never in my wildest dreams imagined I'd be writing fairy tales for Black girls. But I always had the ambition and inspiration to get my PhD. It's just crazy how God works. So my first fairy tale book introducing the Golden Melanin Kingdoms is done. And now I'm just waiting for my final proof. And if it passes my QA, I'll finally be able to share the introduction to Golden Melanin Kingdoms, Fairy Tales for Black Girls. And again, this is a series. And I'm like so excited. And all at the same time, I'm preparing for my doctoral application. And like I was saying, getting your PhD is completely different than getting your master's degree. Since I already have my master's degree, I don't have to take the GRE, but I still have a lot to do. Update my professional resume and my professional statement and spend time researching before I even submit my application. And what's even crazier is this program that I'm interested in is here in Texas. And I literally moved here from Chicago last year. And then I left my job at the end of May. And I had no intentions of writing fairy tales, y'all. For real, to be honest, I thought I'd have another tech job by now. And I'm going to just emphasize, I was literally on the couch watching Cinderella. And I was like, where are the fairy tales for Black girls? And like somewhere in between that question, I found legacy and I found purpose. And now the more I write, the more I want to research how stories shape imagination, learning, and the way children see themselves. And that's why I'm pursuing my PhD. It feels so aligned with everything that I'm building. So right now, I just have to stay organized and stay disciplined because I'm preparing for a new chapter. And what I'm building is bigger than me. So I'm not missing out on anything. And I'm truly, I can't give God enough praise because I feel like every piece of this journey, if I just feel like it's exactly what it's supposed to be. And I'm excited and I'm not going to let myself down. And I'm most certainly not going to let anyone else down. I really went from corporate to fairy tales for Black girls. The fairy tale scholar loading. And let's be clear, African and Afro-Caribbean folklore exist, but original, traditional Western fairy tales intentionally written with a Black girl as the main character, 0%. And that's why I'm writing fairy tales for Black girls. Stay tender and dangerous.